All right. Let me know when it's up.
All right.
I do not
Exciting.
see on
First ever live stream. If it works. Big if.
Yeah, big if. I still don't see it.
And then when you do go live on Instagram that we know it's live, TJ, invite me to the thing. And also you can invite Riley and
Okay.
Nathan if you want. If they want. But
Oh, yo, I see it on YouTube.
what you're going to do,
okay, here's the button. I see the button now.
it's live on YouTube.
Oh,
should be
and
live.
Instagram.
Yep, there we go.
All right. Live on Instagram. There we go. And now I just joined. Now you just have to add me to it. So
Okay.
invite me like from the live stream.
You tell me how to do that, and it doesn't work that way, Wayne.
Hey Dustin, what's up, buddy? Dustin Spallone. Let's get a double thumbs up in the chat for Dustin Spallone.
Yo,
It
what's
won't
going
let me
on,
do that,
Monster
Wayne.
Jam?
It won't let me invite you.
We got Monster Jam Prime in the house. Adrian Espinoza.
So TJ, did
won't
you
let me
figure out
invite
how to
you.
do it yet?
Comment and see if I can pull you then. I don't know if it'll work that way either, but we'll try it.
If you
just
comment,
have
it
to
should
press on the down.
have
You just have to
invite
press on the down arrow and then press invite.
There
or
is
add.
nothing. There's nothing.
There is very much something.
There is nothing, Wayne.
There is something.
There is nothing, Wayne.
Something, TJ.
You might
I
have
can pin,
my
comment,
favorite
report, or cancel.
Where are you looking?
I clicked on your name and it says pin, comment, or cancel.
Well, you're gonna cancel him.
I really want to.
Don't cancel me. You kidding? Well, TJ, I guess we'll just have whoever's here. If not,
Yeah.
it would have been good if you could have invited me.
I don't know why it won't let me.
Well,
you
usually
just-
whenever you make a live stream, you're able to.
You
Might
used to be able to request to. You used to be able to
What's up,
request to
Nathan?
join a live, but I don't
Yeah,
see
try to
that.
request, Wayne.
I don't see that.
Honestly, I don't see it either. That's weird.
Here, I will
just
show
says-
this on my phone real quick.
It just says share
Sorry.
this live video.
It's our first live stream, guys, so we're just getting this situated.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's very
I
nice.
mute my mic.
Who's on the phone? Of course, Wayne's on FaceTime. Oh, it's with TJ. Oops.
Yeah, you're like, of course he's on FaceTime. I'll on FaceTime with TJ, dude.
That's funny.
Here, let me try and do it, TJ. I'll do it.
All right. Good. Do it your way.
Ah,
Oh,
Ah!
okay.
By the way, we have him as our front cover.
Who's him?
You're dead center. I like this view. This honestly, I might use this one more often than the other one.
wow, you're always
Just so
putting
you know.
Wayne front and center.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yo, what's up, Door Z? We got Door Z in the house.
Okay, so here I am.
There's like
Hey, what's good? I remember you for Detroit Northern Nightmare Line. Sounds good.
Wait, who?
GD fan 419.
What a guy.
What a guy indeed.
Yeah, I guess I can't bring in other people.
Yeah, that's why I don't know why.
What's going on, Sid? It's going pretty good, man.
What a guy. Yeah, I guess I can't bring in
Yo, that's awesome, Adrian. What's going on, Sid? It's going pretty good, man.
So good, Wade. So good. All right, we ready to actually get started?
Yeah, I'm just gonna shout it on my story quick, and then.
All right.
I was
Whenever
born
you
already.
say go, Wayne. By the way,
Yo,
All right.
so we can't get your account on the live.
Nope, that would have been really good.
Yeah, we would have got like hundreds of viewers.
I know.
Yo, I'll send it to the couple group chats.
this is the dumb one. The mouth is all messed up. Actually, I probably shouldn't say that out loud, should I?
Shout out to Zone Monsters.
Then I'll tag all the boys.
What about all the girls?
Who has
Sure.
girls these days? Who's got girlfriends here? Nathan doesn't count.
Wow. Incredible, guys.
I think you have one. I don't know about Riley.
Yeah, no.
I don't know about Riley. What about that guy?
Oh my God, Thicky Nicky is here.
Oh,
Holy-
yes.
It is him. He is him.
Just say Buffalo.
All right, go.
Go. All right.
Go.
Hold on.
He's got to do the
I don't
thing.
remember how to do this.
Oh no.
What's going on, guys? And welcome back to another episode of the Do It Boys. And we are here for another Do It Talk. I'm here with my buddy TJ. TJ, what's going on? Welcome.
Howdy. How are you doing, Wayne?
Oh, we got the frog in here. We got so many frogs here. What's going on today? We got Mac Bulldog Mac Riley coming in.
Yo, what's going on, guys? How's it going?
And we have Nathan Smith coming in. What's up, Nathan?
Not much. Glad to be home for this week. Finally, after having so many stops in our tour, finally get a weekend off. And it's not the weekend yet, but get a little bit of downtime.
Yeah, it's exciting to have you here, Nathan. I know you've been with us for a few episodes, Riley, and so awesome. This is our first ever live streamed episode. So if you aren't watching live and you're watching in the future, make sure to tune in. We're going to be doing more of these if it goes well. But it's been an awesome time so far. We got the boys here. We're ready to talk about some do. We're about to do some talk. That's what we're about to do. We're going to start with Stadium Tour East. They had an incredible tour in Miami this past weekend. I was there with Armando and Reagan and a few other guys, and it was an awesome time. We'll go through to the results real quick of Miami, but it was a solid show. The only downside I will say was, for personal taste, the ramps were definitely not big and well formed like they were 2 years ago. It was show of the year 2 years ago. But we'll just get into the meat and potatoes of it, the points. Saturday evening, your overall event winner was Gravedigger with 35. Tyler Meninga threw it down. The Great Clips Mohawk Warrior with 29 points. JCB Digatron with 28. Maxty with 23. And El Toro Loco with 21. Guys, it was pretty good. I know you guys got to see a few highlights, but probably not too many things. Definitely one thing this weekend, Bryce Kenny has really been showing that he is a guy competing for those points, and he's been doing an incredible job this year. What do you guys think about Bryce's performance this weekend?
You know, I got to say, Bryce this season has just been picking it up exponentially. I mean, the last few years, he's been struggling a little bit with the truck, just in general with the truck. But this year, he's found some. I think releasing his book might have found that, like he says, found that next gear and just shifted up, and he's been picking it up, man. He has been doing so good this year. Really happy to see it.
Yeah, man, I completely agree with that, to be honest. Like, I'm a big Bryce Kenny fan, and that just insane save that he had this past weekend in Miami was crazy. I'm not sure if you guys saw that. He was going for, if I remember correctly, he was going for like a maximum moonwalk, I believe, and then he ended up like not being able to quite get it, and then he just like floored the gas and somehow was able to do like a crazy save. It was really, really awesome.
Yeah, I agree. Let me wrong screen.
TJ?
Yeah, it was good. It was a fun show. Honestly, it's been a little bit, so my memory is not that good right now.
Oh, man.
But yeah, it was definitely good. It's always great seeing people, and it was good shows. Always good shows.
just going to pause here for a moment. Apparently, the Instagram live stream is not working anymore.
Yeah, that's
So,
why I was.
Not
That's
sure
why
what
that was my
happened
answer.
there, TJ. So we'll just continue on, TJ. You could try and fix it, but you could just
trying.
full screen whoever's talking. That way you can do your thing. But yeah, it was a good time at Miami. I did a doubleheader weekend myself. I haven't done many of them. Once I heard Northern Nightmare, and it was such an incredible time. Northern Nightmare came back for just this weekend so far. Don't know if it's going to come back anymore, but the Kohlers got to represent it. Mr. Dogman himself, and he threw it down. Chris Kohler was definitely the guy to have it. He has a great chassis, especially since last year, and he had an incredible performance on Saturday. I believe he took the win. I'm not quite sure, but
Yeah, he won freestyle.
Yeah, it was incredible. He had at least one rollover, so many incredible moments. That was definitely one of the biggest highlights. The other highlight of Detroit with the other Stadium Tour West is that Jim Kohler ran a special Lions themed Avenger body this weekend. Guys, what did you think about the event? It was incredible.
You know, I really thought it was a good event for the clips that I saw while I was out there in Allentown, PA. Kohler is running not only the Detroit Lions styled Avenger, that looked cool from the photos I saw, but like say, Chris Kohler getting to represent our friends up north and their flagship truck, Northern Nightmare. It was so cool to see that truck. And I'm gonna pull a hot take here. Northern Nightmare looked better on the Team Screen chassis than it ever did on a Feld CRD, hands down.
100%.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah, and it looked like it was an awesome show.
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, just like Nathan was saying, that was insane to see Northern Nightmare. I've been a fan for about 12-ish years, but I actually never got to see Northern Nightmare compete. So that was really awesome because that truck's been gone for like 5 years now, and I just never thought I'd get the chance to see it. So that was awesome, and I think Chris Kohler was definitely the man to do the job for sure. He had an insane freestyle in show one. He had that backflip into a crazy save, and then later on in the run, he ended up getting that flat tire and then pulled off another just ridiculous save. It was insane. And as you guys can see behind me, I'm a pretty big NFL fan. Not the Lions, but I'm a Bills fan. So as an NFL fan, I really did like the Detroit Lions themed Avenger. That was actually like really, really cool to see in person as well. Unfortunately, Jim didn't have the best results this weekend, but it was still an awesome paint scheme to see out there on the track. And yeah, overall, these were both great shows. I would say definitely highlighted by show one. There were so many just crazy moments, but overall, it was a really good weekend.
Yeah, show one honestly was the best show I think I've ever seen all year as far as freestyle for Chris Kohler. He just blew it out of the park. First time in his hometown, and yeah, I mean he was a wreck on that track. Adam did, my opinion, Adam did pretty well too. The first day kind of had a couple of bad hits, and yeah, it was just a couple bad hits. Jim has not had hasn't had a good show yet this year. It's kind of surprising to see that, in my opinion. Whether it's a truck having problems or just the fans not voting right, I don't know. But Joe Foley had another good freestyle for the second day. I thought it was very well, and he showed. I mean, everyone besides Jim really had a good week for Team Screen.
Yeah, it was pretty incredible to see. I wish I was there Saturday, but Miami was pretty cool too to see. Detroit was definitely the highlight of the weekend, that's for sure. There was this crazy moment moving back and forth between the tours. There was this crazy moment day number 2 in Skills in Miami. Bryce Kenny was doing a pop off of the backflip ramp, like a tombstone moonwalk, and he accidentally nosed it a little too much, gassed it, ended up doing a barrel roll and brought it back on all fours. It was crazy. I didn't get to see it, but saw it online. It was awesome. Shout out to the Monster Truck Reels for the footage. But yeah, incredible time. I will also state the overall points for Sunday for Miami. The Sunday points goes like this. Overall event champion was Todd LeDuc and Megalodon, tying with Great Clips Mohawk Warrior, 31 points. Third place, Gravedigger Tyler Meninga in 25 points. JCB Digatron with 23 and Bad Company with 22. That's your top 5, and it was pretty incredible that Todd LeDuc was able to take an overall event championship. A hot take on Todd. I know everyone thinks that he's been driving lightly this year and not to his full potential, but he's really playing the system perfect. Judgeszone.com is not as cool as actual judges like back in the day. However, I do like fan judging for the aspect that it's for family, and you get to be someone in the crowd that's never been to a show, and you get to actually vote. If you do it properly, it turns out really well. But Todd has just been doing perfect. He's been doing bicycles and skills. You don't see a lot of people doing that into moonwalks sometimes. And in freestyle, he goes out there, rides it for over a minute, and then does this crazy stuff the last 30 seconds. It's a proven formula. It works. So I'll stop ranting now. Moving back to Detroit. Your Saturday overall event champ was, I believe, Colt Stevens, making an appearance on the overall event standings. He was able to get 32 points. Gravedigger in second with 27. Zombie of 27. Northern Nightmare 26. And Megalodon with 19. Your Sunday afternoon overall event champ was Adam Anderson and Gravedigger, 34 points. Son of a Digger right behind him, his brother Ryan with 32. Megalodon 31. El Toro 25. And Zombie 23. One more thing before we move off of Stadium Tour West, guys. Joe Foley has been really cooking this season, especially in freestyle. He has the most freestyle wins out of everyone so far. What are you guys' thoughts on that? I mean, he had a very good year last year, but this year's really been turning it up with El Toro Loco.
Yeah, I really think it's awesome to see Joe just he's almost come into his own this year. This year he's not having to worry about tearing up the axe body or anything. He's got a felt body on the truck running El Toro Loco. He doesn't have to worry about tearing up a bunch of his bodies. So I think that's one of the incentives that he's able to just kind of let it loose. But as well, it's his second year doing a Monster Jam tour, full Monster Jam, first quarter. So he's got a little bit more experience that under his belt, and he can afford to more let it loose, let it go. And like you say, he has been throwing down some barn burner freestyles. I was actually talking to my friend Mason and Alex that I play with on Beam a lot. They're both big Avenger and Team Scream fans. I was telling them, I have a feeling for the first time in a long time, we're going to see all 4 Team Scream trucks at the World Finals. And for the first time in a long time, we'll see Avenger 2 make its World Finals return.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. I think last year, towards the end of the year, we started to see really the potential that Joe has. He won freestyle in the final event on that tour, which I believe was in Kansas City, with an absolute crazy run there in Axe. And now this year, driving El Toro Loco, he's just been going crazy, man. So many just wild moments and insane saves and crashes and just throwing the truck around. Just like Nathan was saying, he's really not afraid to just damage the body because it's not Axe and it's a Feld truck. So yeah, and it's really cool to see. I love Joe Foley. He's a great guy, and he's been just having an amazing season this year so far. And it would be super cool to see all 4 of the Team Scream trucks in World Finals. I think that would be awesome. I'm not exactly sure what they would do with El Toro Loco necessarily because there's, a couple deserving drivers like Armando Castro, who still is very well has a chance at winning that tour. If he wins the tour, obviously he's in World Finals too. So if Joe was in it, I don't know if they would have 2 El Toro Locos or if he would drive a different truck or what they would do there. But that would just be really cool to see all 4 of the Team Scream trucks.
Well, Joe Foley, he's definitely the man in my book. I hope he makes it to go to the World Finals this year. I do actually believe, I do agree with Nathan that we're going to see at least 3, maybe even all 4 of Team Scream going to the World Finals. That'd be awesome. I do agree with Riley. It's going to be Armando is doing pretty good, so we might see him. He still had a chance to win his series for sure. But I mean, he's letting Joe cook. Well, we don't know yet. Let us know in the comments. Also, before one thing I always have to remember: Joe.
Joe Foley, he is cooking this year. That's what he's doing. I mean, that's what the people say, and that's what the people get.
Who let him cook?
Who let him cook? I don't know. Well, I think it's time for our Tech Talk time featuring Nathan Smith. Nathan, it's been an incredible season so far. I know that the Hall Bros and everybody's been cooking. Riley's gone. Riley has just fallen, and he can't get up. Full screen, Riley.
No, let's not do that.
Full screen, Riley.
He fell into the void.
Riley's dead.
All right,
At
there
least
we
you're not
go.
in your second office like Wayne used to be.
That was awesome. Welcome
Fixed
back, Riley. You're alive.
We're good. We fixed it.
That's a Life Alert commercial right there. That was wicked, like the monster truck.
Oh,
So,
yeah.
Nathan, Tech Talk time. You've been having a great season so far. Why don't you recap your year so far? Because it's the first time you finally get to be on a podcast episode this year with us.
Second time.
Well,
This time this year. You're right. 100%.
Yes.
Yeah, the last time I remember that was before 2024 started.
Yeah. So,
I think,
how's
yeah.
everything been going in the tour so far? And then we'll talk about some technical stuff with the fans that people may not usually know.
Yeah, the season hasn't been too bad. We've the EFI has been the EFI has honestly not been much of a problem. We had a few instances throughout the beginning of the season where Mark would go to stand the truck up, and if you guys have seen the clips, he started doing the reverse poppers off of the log ride stack, and he's dumped it over once or twice, but 9 times out of 10, he stands that thing right up. And a couple times we had it to where it would stand up and the truck would shut off. We're still kind of looking into that, not sure exactly what it's doing. We're thinking it's something with the EFI, but we're not 100% sure. Other than that, the season's been doing fairly well. We've had very, very little breakage this season and very little problems, like I said, with the EFI. So it's been good. I mean, we've had a handful of racing wins already this season. We had two last week in Cleveland, and I know we had one, I believe, in Florence, which was actually which is funny going back to that. The first show of the season, we had an all-Ram final at Florence, South Carolina, of Kurt and Mark both getting into the finals. So that was awesome.
Let's go. If you
it's-
can't dodge it, ram it, TJ says.
Exactly. But hey, it's been a fair season. We're what was it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We're 8 weeks in. We got a week off. Our next stop is going to be Tupelo, Mississippi. So that'll be fun. Done a few Mississippi shows in the past, but never done Tupelo. So this will be very interesting, especially the fact of coming out of a 5-show weekend in Allentown. So yeah, all in all, it's been a fairly fun season. We've been up and down the road. Had a few weeks where we were out for a extended period of time, but hey, it's you do what you do on the road, and you live your dream.
Love it. It's good to see that the season's been going well. I think one of my favorite parts of the season so far for your team is that Kurt Kramer has been cooking, and he's been getting so good at the 2-wheel skills. In the past, we've seen Kurt do skywheels and stuff like that. And this year, he's really been up in the ante and doing stoppies and even doing these reverse poppers. I mean, how excited are you to see Kurt doing all types of stunts like that? And what goes into it being a crew member helping them out?
I gotta say, I am so proud of Curtis. Curtis has been one that's been adamant on our team, but we need to go out and start trying this 2-wheel skill stuff, because like anytime we go down and do like the two skywheelie hits, with judgeszone.com and all the fans, we don't really score all that great with them on that, mainly because, we're the stock looking pickup trucks. We're not a cool 3D Shark or a Dragon or a black and green 57 Chevy panel van, But that's the cool thing about the Charm. We're the only ones out there that have that look. But just watching Kurt go out there, the first few times he got it, it would just barely stand up. It's like But he keeps at it. And the nice thing is, the last few weeks, our boss Tim has actually been up in the stands on like the concourse level around like where the host desk is at, on that kind of level, and where the event kind of
Right.
staff's at. And he's directing, both Kurt and Mark whenever they're doing their two-wheel, you're coming down the log straight. So to make sure they're straight on the logs and everything's like gonna go right. The only thing I can say about Curtis doing his skills, the thing that scares the crap out of me every time, or worries me every time he does it, is he'll stand it up, and as soon as it starts going up onto like the bumper, he just stabs the throttle and it slams that rear end down. We're just like, oh God, don't let it be a broken axle. Like, it's happened once or twice, but I mean, but even Kurt has said, like, he's told me straight up, when he gets up on that thing, it scares him because he's not used to it. Because you got to think, like, Kurt's been doing this since 2018, so he's 6 years into this. Mark's been doing this for almost 38 years. And in 38 and 6 years, you're trained that if you're looking down at the ground, you need to throttle out of it. So
right.
That's kind of like the big thing of that. One of the big cool things actually that happened this weekend was, if you guys saw any of the highlights from Allentown, Mark's actually also started doing the reverse popper like Kristen does, like for Tombstone. We were talking during show 4 when he tried it, and he more or less kind of jumped back off the pod and landed on the rear and then went and shot it back across. Me and him were talking, and I was just like, hey, let me just throw a suggestion at you from what I've kind of been seeing like Kristen and them do. And I was just, hit it a little slower so you're not necessarily jumping backwards off the pod. And he took the advice. It still jumped, but it wasn't nearly as bad. So it's like, hey, my input's kind of getting put in, which that was kind of cool to as kind of a real moment, like, hey, I'm kind of giving them advice on bettering themselves at two-wheel skills.
That's awesome. I really like to see that. And we were even talking about before that this video game BeamNG, it's actually pretty helpful when it comes to real life, depending on what you do in it and how you have it set up. Because of course it could also be unrealistic, but it gives you some type of sense. You can put it on the first person view and get comfortable to seeing the ground. But I'm sure there's nothing that compares to really feeling it in real life and feeling like you're a 90-degree angle, about to fall out of your seat.
Oh yeah, fully. I mean, 100%. I mean, I do beam, I do the wheel and pedals and whatnot occasionally. The big thing with that is, it's actually funny because I was actually talking to some family coming back from one of the shows, and I was telling them how when I play that, I actually, when I first started playing beam and whatnot, I was not good at all. Like, could barely do two-wheel skills, couldn't make a racing pass to save my life. Freestyles were all right, but during last year's the 22 and 23 seasons, I was really watching, like, I went to the shows in 23, and I was like, I'm just gonna watch Tristan do his skills, and I would watch how he was hitting the obstacles. I'm like, what if I try that in beam and see? And as I kept doing it, it got better. I got better at walking it around. So I will say, the video games can help you in the aspect, like you said, of how you're doing stuff compared to real life, but it will never compare to like feeling, how tacky a track is, or how a ramp's gonna react when you look at it.
Yeah. And I think that's just so cool. Nothing compares to real life, but I would say beam is the closest we get other than rigs or rods, especially if you have a VR headset on and you can actually look around. I've never done that, but I feel like it would be crazy.
Yeah, I've done it. I have one of those, the Quest 2, that I've done it a couple times where it's really immersive. So it kind of gives you more that feeling of being on that 90-degree looking down at the ground.
Right.
But yeah,
I mean, that's so incredible how just 6 years ago, this game was just starting, like with monster trucks and stuff like that in it, and how far it's come. I mean, at the beginning, it definitely wasn't as realistic as it is now. And shout out to Beam Monsters and all the awesome people that make these trucks work and all that. It's just been awesome playing those games, and it's just like real life, as close as you get. So I guess we'll move on a little more now. Nathan, speaking of tech talk, we were talking about the EFI system. many weeks ago. How has everything been going with that? And could you explain to the people what that is? We'll get a little bit of tech talk here in Tech Talk.
Yeah, so essentially EFI stands for electronic fuel injection. So like our team, we always equate it to Mark and Tim have been doing this. My bosses have been doing this for 38 years. Ever since they started, they were doing everything mechanical. So it was mechanical fuel pump, mechanical everything. So it was driven off the blower belt on the motor. Well, now we've had to get away from that to where everything is controlled by a computer. So it's there's a little module in the cab that sits right on the right side of the cab, right in behind the Lexan. It's a little computer that runs up to a screen. One wire runs up to a screen and shows you a digital output of like your RPMs, your battery voltage, the just different stuff going on within the truck. But as well, there's also other wires that are running back to the motor. And that computer, everything's programmed and it's telling every cylinder in the motor when it's going to get fuel. Like when you're going to spit fuel into like head 1, head 8, head 3, 7, you know, et cetera, et cetera. So a lot of it is, and whenever we started in going into this and got everything going, it was very much we're not sure how this is going to work. Our bosses were kind of nervous about it, but as we kind of got it going, it wasn't that bad. The only kind of big things that we've had was when we were out in the field testing in front of the shop, it was acting a little strange. It actually ended up burning a hole in a piston in the motor. So that was a kind of a learning curve there. But ever since then, I mean, we really haven't had any problems with the trucks running the EFI. They've been running fine. Just everything is everything going well.
That's great. I'm glad to hear and appreciate you explaining it a little bit more to the people. I for sure wouldn't have known what that is if I was just getting into the sport or just an average viewer. So cool to see a little more insight on it. And it seems like it's been working out really well for you guys. So I'm glad the year's been going good. And what's the next stop for you guys, Nathan?
Next stop for us is going to be Tupelo, Mississippi. It's going to be very fun. And I'm not going to fully let the cat out of the bag yet. Y'all have to watch for Tupelo. Let me just say, we're bringing something a little special that everybody likes coming to Tupelo.
Will you let the dogs out?
No, I'm not letting the dog. We're not letting the dogs out. There's not going to be a Monster Mutt body on Hots on anything. on the Hot Seat / Ammunition chassis. So there won't be a Monster Mutt body on it, unfortunately. We're not putting there will at any time there will never be a feld body on any of our chassis. Whether it be any of the chassis will never see a feld body.
Where it even fit? Like, isn't it y'all chassis like longer compared to everyone else's?
I think ours is longer and we might be slightly wider.
I think it might be
because ours, whenever we did them, like they're made specifically for the Ram body. But yeah, so I'm looking forward to what we got cooking at the shop to bring for Tupelo.
That's awesome. I'm excited. And I just want to tell everyone on Instagram right now that we'll be doing a Q&A here in about 10 minutes. So if anybody has any questions or knows any friends, make sure to share the stream out to all your buddies on Instagram and YouTube. We're live on YouTube and Instagram, so you could comment on either one. But continuing on, appreciate all the insight, Nathan. We're going to be moving on to this weekend coming up. Or actually, we're going to start by recapping anything that we haven't talked about. We haven't done a Do It Talk for a few weeks, so there is a few topics. A big one that we've discussed before we went live is that Cole Vennard in Minneapolis had this crazy moment where he was not practicing, but he was attempting the reverse backflip again. He almost landed it a few weeks ago, but his truck shut off or something happened and it didn't work out. And now in Minneapolis this past weekend or 2 weekends ago, whenever the 500 was for Daytona, he did a backflip, landed on his cage backwards, and he got injured. Cole Vennard had broken his hand and he is out of competition right now. So Michael Pagliarulo has been filling in for him the past few weeks. I did an interview in Miami with him, which I could send the TJ to put up in a few minutes. But Michael's been driving, guys, and he did really good in racing in Minneapolis. And I saw him in Miami, and he did a fairly good job as well. He's been showing a lot of talent behind the wheel. What do you guys think about this, and any extra topics you want to add from the past few weeks?
It was definitely when I first saw the video of Cole's attempt at the reverse backflip there at Minneapolis. As soon as I watched the video and watched the way it landed on the cage, I was like, okay, that was either cage. I initially just thought it was like potentially just some chassis damage to the top, like nothing severe, but it looked like it did dig in bad. I'm betting that when it landed in backwards, his hands probably brought his hand back off of the wheel, and it probably hit something in the cab. Is probably what broke it, if I had to guess. But
and also just a correction, he fractured his arm.
Yeah, it was a fracture.
Yeah, I was correcting myself from before.
Yeah,
isn't that worse?
Yeah, just hope for a speedy recovery for him. Cole's an awesome guy, and hope to see him back in the saddle soon.
Yeah, I just gotta say, like, the injuries we've seen this year overall have been really unfortunate. Like, obviously, Tom Meents with the injury that he suffered in Indianapolis. For those of you guys that don't remember, Jamie Sullivan actually got injured as well, I believe the week before that. And she missed 2 weeks. Thankfully, she's been back behind the wheel now for a few weeks. So that's definitely some good news. And now this with Cole Vennard, really unfortunate to see. I don't know when he'll be back behind the wheel. Hopefully it is sooner rather than later. But just like Wayne was saying before, though, Mike has really been holding his own. He did compete in Kraken for the first month and a half of the season, up through, I believe, Indianapolis. I think the week after that, Nick was finally back in Kraken. And then it was just the week after that when Mike started driving Black Pearl. So he only missed a week of competition between Kraken and Black Pearl. And yeah, he's definitely been holding his own. It's really awesome to see all three of the Pagliarulos competing on the same tour. Obviously not for the best of circumstances, and I really hope that Cole can come back soon. But yeah, it's been really cool to see Mike driving Black Pearl for sure.
Yeah, in my opinion, another from independent team to an independent team, as good as they get to kind of feel how how different the trucks are made and compared to theirs. So I think it's awesome. I do like now the whole family technically for the Pags are actually driving on a series together. I think it's awesome to look at. He has been doing pretty good. Daytona was now 2 weeks ago, if you look at it. So this will be the third week coming up that he will be driving. Yeah, it's good to see him do good in racing. I mean, yeah, I got. But yeah, I hate to see Cole Vennard out because he's a great dude. Always love talking to him, and he is just one of the good supporters for us, and love talking and hanging out with him during pit party and all that. So I do hate to see him out, but he'll be back soon for sure. Yeah, and I believe actually I don't remember what Jamie Sullivan hurt. Out 2 weeks. I think there's someone else that got hurt, but I'm not too sure. I could be just bull crapping. Wayne, do you know?
No, not off the top of my head. So
okay.
That's all I could think of right now. So if we're ready to move on, I have more subjects. I didn't know if you guys wanted to add anything because we missed a few Do It talks we were busy a few weeks. Do you guys want to mention anything else that happened in the past 3 weeks?
Not that I can really think of.
No. Okay.
How was the Daytona 500, Wade?
Well, we're going to talk about that later, but we can talk about it now. No, it's all good. The Daytona 500 was awesome. I had a great time. I always wanted to go since I was a kid. And TJ had just been down here a few days before that for Monster Truck
Tampa.
Show.
Yeah.
Yep. And then he flew back home. I convinced him and his parents that he should come down here. It'd be good for the Do It boys. And TJ flapped his wings and he flew down here, the big bird he is. And Daytona was awesome. It was a 3-day event. We made some great friends. Shout out to all of our buddies from Daytona. You know who you are. And it was great. I had a fun time. It was a blast. It was more than I expected. I had such an awesome experience. We were staying right next door to it. When you're standing in front of the cars going past you at like 190, however fast they go, it's just insane. And there were a good amount of wrecks for all the people that aren't into this racing. So it was good. I enjoyed it. What did you think, TJ?
Let's talk about the finish, man. That was a beautiful finish that could just make the Daytona 500 so much better after we just sat there for about 4 hours. Well, Alex Bowman got second, and then probably should have won. But they threw the caution on the final lap, going the white flag, and then they wreck. Who Cindric blames Corey LaJoie for, which he gave him a little bump, a little push, and he couldn't handle it. But underneath William Byron to try to pass for the lead and takes out Cindric. So I would definitely blame Corey LaJoie 100%. Sure. But yeah, so Alex Bowman does end up winning the race. Good for him. 24 back in victory lane at the Daytona 500. I don't know how many years it's been, but now William Byron is the second person to drive the 24 to go to win a day. And for the anniversary, I think it was 50, right, Wayne? Riley?
For Hendrick?
Yeah, I think so, right?
I believe it was the 40 or 50th.
Yeah, I think it was 40 or 50.
I think 40.
Okay, 40. So the 40th anniversary of Hendrick starting their career, when they started their career, the Daytona 500.
Yep.
And then win.
So
yeah,
we'll get into talking a little more NASCAR later on. We're gonna finish with the predictions, with the results from this past weekend. There's 2 more shows to cover, and then we're gonna get on to our Q&A, and then talk about this weekend coming up with all the shows, and wrap it up with a few more things. Whether you guys want to talk about NASCAR or football, it's up to us boys. So anyhow, we're moving over to Allentown, which is where Nathan was. Had a good weekend there. There were, I believe, 5 shows, right, Nathan?
Yep,
5 long
shows.
Allentown shows.
It was a long weekend, man. I mean, 5 shows are no for anybody out there that thinks that doing a monster truck show for a weekend of just 2-3 shows is easy going. Wait till you gotta do 5 to 6 shows. It gets tiring after like show 4. I mean, at show 4, we were just thinking, I was like, oh, great, time to go home. Oh, no, wait, we got a 6:30 show. Great. I mean, it's not that big a deal. I mean, 5 shows. I mean, I see at show 5, we were just ready to get the heck out of there, you know.
I know. I think it's so crazy that like Monster Jam could have like 5 show arena weekends, and they do, and it like doesn't even do like too bad. Like people go to every one of them. It's insane. I mean, it's nice. I like the Friday shows because it's just like easy going. You get it done with, you're done. But obviously, if you're working on a team when you got 5 shows, it's crazy. We will start here with Friday evening, and I'm just going to go over overall event points so I don't have to bore everybody in the live stream and the video. Friday evening, your overall event champ was Armando Castro and El Toro Loco. Wild Side with 24 points. Gravedigger with 24 points. Dragon with 17. Overboard with 16. Raminator with 13. Megalodon with 11. And Ramunition with 5. Your Saturday afternoon overall event points. Kristen Anderson was able to take the overall event championship. She got 28 points. El Toro Loco of 25 points. Wild Side 23. Dragon 18. Megalodon 16. Raminator 13. Overboard 9. And Ramunition 7. Saturday evening. Oh, man, this is a bunch of tongue twisters. I mean, we just keep saying the same stuff. But we had another overall event champ. It was Zach Gardner and Wildside. Congrats, Zach. He got 26 points, tied with El Toro Loco, but he had the better freestyle score. Dragon with 22, Overboard 20, Gravedigger 15, Megalodon 11, Raminator 11, and Ramunition 8. And 2 more shows. Your overall event champ for Sunday afternoon was Kristen Anderson and Gravedigger with 30, Dragon with 26, Wildside 20, El Toro Loco 17, and Raminator making it in the top 5 overall with 14 points. All right. And then your finale event on Sunday evening, Cody Saucier wins the overall event championship. Congrats, Cody, to that. 31 points, El Toro Loco 24, Megalodon 22. Gravedigger 22, Megalodon 18, and Overboard 16. That is Allentown wrapped up. Nathan, any crazy highlights from that weekend?
Mainly the thing was the track was just brutal in Allentown. It was, especially when it came down to like the donut competition, it was literally a one-ended donut track this weekend. It was the fact of, so an out, I don't know if you guys have ever been to Allentown, there's a, what they call a bomb tunnel, so like BAUM tunnel at the far end, and then there's the main tunnel on the near end. So we were down in the bomb tunnel, and the main tunnel end was at the far side. On the last show, I kid you not, every single truck that was on the main tunnel end flipped during donuts, including Mark, because they had brought in dirt that had been underneath snow for 3 weeks, and they had constantly said, put lime in the dirt so it's not as tacky. Never did it. We had to put like a black road pack kind of like sand down on the track to get any kind of traction, and even then, I think between all the shows in donuts, I think we saw 4, 5, maybe like 8 rollovers throughout the weekend in just donuts.
Wow.
If I'm remembering right, because I know Mark flipped twice. I think Megalodon flipped once. I think Dragon flipped once. He was on our end actually when he flipped, and then there's like 2 others, but I can't remember. Wildside did flip there.
Sorry, I was just working on the thing.
Oh, you're fine.
PJ, I apparently just sent a request to go live with you.
Did you really?
Did you see it?
It's a little late for that, Wayne.
No, I didn't see it.
Oh, see if you see.
Oh wait, no, I see something, but it's not that.
Oh man,
try it again real quick. All we have time.
What's up, Creston? Welcome, bud. How you been, buddy? Good to see you.
Allentown's the one where the it's got donut place right next to it, and the hotel's in it, right?
Tim Hortons. There's Tim Hortons on the side.
Tim Hortons. That's what it was.
Tim Hortons, baby.
That's a good place. Me and Wayne almost got in trouble.
Oh, jeez.
Because of the hotel is right there. So you have to go.
The hotel's attached to the arena.
Yes. So in order to get to there, you either have to walk all the way around outside, or you go underneath the bottom ground floor, and you sneak your way to the elevator to go into the hotel. Yeah. And I'm not gonna say it, but yeah, we went down a few times after the shows to start walking around and see what we could get in trouble for.
Oh my goodness, you guys. Well, if you guys have been there this weekend, I probably could have BS'd you down there. I could have got you like wristbands to go into where we were at.
I didn't even know that was this weekend. I thought it'd be next week or something. Otherwise, I would for sure.
It was a good time in Allentown last time.
It was.
Oh yeah. Moving on to our final event. I got to recap, and then we're done with all the crap. Wichita, Kansas, baby. 24th and 25th of February. And one highlight of this event, Matt Cody was filling in, and he was driving Gravedigger. So the truck that he's driving internationally, he got to drive in the arena. Looks like we had 3 events this past weekend. We will start with our Saturday afternoon show. Your overall event champ was Dalton Widener in Jurassic Attack. Congratulations, Dalton. 27 points. Thunderoris, 24. Matsumut Rottweiler, 22. Gravedigger, 21. El Toro Loco, 16. Your Saturday evening show, Tony Oaks, the GOAT, the single log man. He takes your overall event championship with 26 points. Gravedigger, 24. El Toro, 21. Earthshaker, 19. Megalodon, 16. And your overall event champ for Sunday afternoon, Tony Oaks and Thunderoris, 29 points. Almost a perfect event, basically. Jurassic Attack 23, Gravedigger 19, Megalodon 18, and Rottweiler 17. And that rounds out the whole weekend of competition there. It looked like an awesome time. Gravedigger took 2 of the 3 freestyle wins. It was very even with the wheelie competition, which they had a wheelie competition, not just skills. In the skills competition, it looks like Thunderoris dominated it 2 out of 3. And it looks like Thunderoris was one of the fastest guys that weekend, other than Jurassic Attack defeating Monster Mutt Rottweiler the first day. That was a lot to say, guys. And man, I'm going to need to take a break now. What'd you guys think of that?
That was impressive.
I can't believe you said it all.
Oh yeah, I didn't really get to see many highlights from that show, but from what I heard, it was pretty good.
Yeah, it was just cool seeing Matt Cody drop some more United States shows in Gravedigger. That was cool.
At least another truck didn't go into the stands. So
yeah.
So it was a good time. But we're gonna move on to our Q&A, guys. So we appreciate all of you guys watching our first ever live stream. Shout out to all you guys that are out there watching. We appreciate you. And just to shout out a few people in the live chat, our buddy Zona Monsters.
Monsters.
Zona.
Our own buddy Mac Bulldog Mac.
No way.
Trapper 04, Monster Truck Sid, and Monster Jam Prime. We appreciate all of you watching. And shout out to all of the other people that have just joined or haven't been in here, like Joe Ohio and Nick 007. So if you guys have any questions for us, make sure to put it in the comments right now. And we're just going to wait around for a little bit.
I saw a comment earlier. Monster Jam Prime said, my question is how you guys excited? Are you guys excited for Monster Jam World Finals in Los Angeles?
Yeah, I'm pretty excited, man. Most of the community is going to be there. I know a few people can't make it, so hopefully all the boys can make it. But very excited. This track, not the biggest field, like out of all of the places to be, but they probably paid the most money, and it is a beautiful place to have a show. One fun fact about it is that if you want to get all the way down to the floor, you have to take like at least 3 escalators, and it takes a total of between like 5 and I'd say 8 minutes to get down to ground level. Because once you get in the stadium, you're at ground level, but the whole stadium's dug in, and you're like, it's the equivalent of being at a stadium in the 300s and looking down. It's crazy. So hopefully it's a really good lineup. I hope Joe Foley gets in. He definitely deserves it. And really looking forward to it. What about you guys?
You know, I'm very much excited to see what the World Finals is going to have for us in LA. I know I saw now I don't know if this is going to be official or not, but I did see somebody that was looking on Ticketmaster for the shows, and it looks like the end zones have like a good chunk of the sections that are actually like blocked off. You can't buy on the end zones. So a lot of people are actually speculating we might see a legit like old school figure 8 style track, and like the track might elevate up onto the stands, but I don't think they're actually going to do that, just because of the fact of I don't see how they're going to do that and how the stadium's going to hold up to like a truck power sliding around a corner
and
up
it's
on
brand
the
new.
Like that would be So I think there's another reason for that. There could be, I'm not sure. Like I say, I haven't heard or seen anything like official of what they're going to do. I'm sure we'll see that probably within the next month. We might get a little bit of a hint at what they're going to do for racing. But again, the only thing I'm kind of worried about this year is going to be the track layout, because I'm worried it's going to be just like Nashville, and it's just going to be one massive pod. Because, but we you never know what we might see. We just gotta gotta hope and watch and see what they do.
Yeah, man, I'm really excited for it. I will be there as well. I haven't got around to getting my tickets yet, unfortunately, just because of money issues, but I will be getting them pretty soon, and I'm really looking forward to it. Hopefully in the next like month and a half, we'll start to get like more details about it as far as the lineup and the track and things like that. But as we were talking about before, though, I'm really hoping that Joe Foley can get in the show. I think with just all the awesome freestyles he's put on this year, that he definitely deserves it for sure. So yeah, I think he deserves to be in the show, whether it's in El Toro Loco or not, because Armando Castro is also driving it. I know that's what I said before, but yeah, it's going to be a great time. SoFi is like an insane stadium. I've never been there before, but from everything I've seen, it looks like massive. They even held the Super Bowl there last year, or was that last year, 2 years ago? Can't
2 years
remember
ago,
exactly, but what?
2 years, because I think last year wasn't it Glendale?
Yeah, I think. I don't really remember that.
I'm pretty sure it's at the Cardinals Stadium.
Yeah, I think you're right actually, because this year was Vegas, so then last year was Glendale. Yeah,
Yep.
but yeah, the stadium just looks insane. I'm really looking forward to being there in person. It's going to be amazing.
And just want to make a quick little note here. Like Monster Truck Sid said, there are suites where it's blocked off on the sides, so that may probably be the reason. Other than also maybe a halftime show, which is going to happen. And I like the halftime performance this year. I think a lot of people are going to be engaged and like even more focused on it, because in Nashville is great, but it seemed like everyone was just doing anything and not enough people are focused on low cash. So I think things are going to go good. TJ, we'll wrap it up with you for this question. What's your thoughts? I'm going to be sitting right next to you and he's muted.
I forgot what the question was. I've been yelling Joe for the past couple of minutes. I'm sorry.
You've lost your Joe.
He's also lost to Kermit.
Yeah, he's laying down. He got tired of saying Joe too much. So what was the question again?
World Finals. You looking forward to it?
Oh, in LA? Yeah, sure. I mean, it's not San Luis.
Well, this guy went to the bread and butter of the World Finals in Las Vegas. So
yeah,
it's not San Luis Stadium. So that's all I gotta say until these guys know how it feels. But stadium's still there. I know. I saw on Instagram the other day someone took a picture flying by it in a plane. I don't remember who it was, so I can't tell who you are. Sorry, but yeah, it was gotta be someone from one of the Majin guys or something.
Hey, Riley, you want to respond to Nitro Games, which says Bills suck?
Yeah, he's a Seahawks fan, so I don't think he should be talking too much. Yeah, I do respect the Seahawks, but if you can't even make the playoffs, I don't think you should be talking too much. That's all I got to say about that.
Got him. We got another question here coming in. I'm scrolling up a little bit. Everybody, what's your favorite type of omelets from Monster Truck Sid? My favorite omelet is you get some nice egg, of course. We get some we get some nice cheddar. Wow, guys, cheddar cheese and red pepper. That's my favorite omelet. What about you guys?
I'm not really an omelet person. I gotta say, I don't really do omelets, but I do like eggs. Mainly like them just scrambled, straight scrambled. That's how I like my eggs, scrambled. Every once in a while, I have them sunny side up on like a nice bacon and egg sandwich on a nice Hawaiian bun. Pretty good.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm not really a big omelet guy myself either, to be honest. But I'm just like Nathan though. Eggs, I always have to have them scrambled. There's no other way but scrambled.
I'm gonna say the same thing. I'm not a big omelet guy, obviously. Me and Nathan are almost exactly the same person. It's funny. It's like I don't know what else he likes and dislikes, but I guarantee you we're pretty chocolate milk.
Yes, chocolate milk over regular milk, but there's strawberry milk in the mix, and that's the top tier.
All right, see, exactly. It's exactly. I don't know why I picked that one. It was great.
The more we do these podcasts, the more me and TJ are just going to turn into the same person.
Yep. I drink team all the way. So Daytona 500 was great for us.
Well, it would be if you would have been able to start drinking these again, traitor.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
I accidentally refreshed the stream, so I don't remember who asked. But it's gonna be really bad weather this weekend for Orlando. TJ and me are gonna be there to suffer through it.
I'm
The
going back and
person
looking.
asked if we think it's gonna be weather delayed or delayed in general. And I think it could be. Orlando's like one of the lightning capitals of America and the world in general. If not, it is. I don't remember. And lightning delays the show if it's within a few miles. And it says it's going to be a thunder and lightning storm. So we could see a delayed show for sure. I'm not sure what's going to happen.
Yeah,
That was Mike Trapper. Mike Trapper 04.
Mike Trapper, my bud.
Yeah, say like because he said, case in point, World Finals 21, that got held up because of lightning. But also, actually, fun fact for anybody out there that didn't know this, in any kind of sport, doesn't matter if it's MLB, NFL, monster trucks, NASCAR, if lightning strikes within a certain distance, I think that you have to wait 30 minutes. There's a 30-minute like time period that you have to wait. But if another strike hits, that time resets. So you have to go full 30 minutes without a strike of lightning within the vicinity, or that or it does resets.
Yeah, that's definitely true. I was a soccer player in high school, and it was like the exact same rules for that as well. There were a lot of times where that happened. What?
I'm not surprised.
Yeah,
Big
Bills
soccer
fan.
guy.
Big soccer guy.
Oh yeah.
You like football, you like soccer, you know?
Oh yeah. Yo,
Yep.
Zona Monsters wants us to give a shout out to somebody.
Oh,
Shout out
mine's
to
right
Ray. We
now.
appreciate you, Ray.
Oh yeah.
Wayne, there is someone off of YouTube that has this question. I'm going to show it and see if you can see it. There we go.
Ooh. Oh, so cool. We get to actually pop them up. Alfie MJ 2023 says Star Creations is making another truck that will possibly be revealed late June. What do you guys think about this? Oh,
Crazy.
wow. Pretty excited about that. I didn't even realize, or if I did, I forgot.
Yeah, so actually,
Really?
it's been I don't know much about it. Because me personally, I talk to Star a lot off and on, just on Instagram, just DM them. Because over the years of them, like me finding out they work on bodies for Feld, I've kind of just talked to them and just kind of bounced ideas off of them and just kind of talked to them about like their different trucks. Because I mean, everything Star's made has been incredible. I mean, from the JCB Digatron to oh gosh, what was one of the other ones? Well, they're not leaks. They're actually so it's supposed to be a new tomfoolery truck, and it's so now Star has gotten to this point where we brought up VR stuff earlier. They have got this, I think it's Jesse is the one that does all like the modeling. They've got it now to where they have like that Quest Meta 3 that where it puts in AI and the VR, the truck sitting wherever you're at. Like they showed Matt and them at the tomfoolery shop, like the truck was in the shop, but it was just the digital render, and they were able to walk around it, as well as they showed Michael, I believe, at it's either Miami or it was Minneapolis. One of the two shows he was at for helping with driving Black Pearl. But as for what I think it's going to be, I mean, the render, it looks very interesting from like the pixelated one. I'm wondering if it's not the Mr. Beast body, because just judging by it kind of has that wolf's head look to it in the pixelated render. So I'm gonna go out on a limb and say that it's gonna be the Mr. Beast truck. But I know somebody actually commented on one of the recent posts on Instagram. It says, "Is it just a 3D render of Michael's hair just going over the chassis?" Like,
wasn't that Ryan Anderson put that?
But yeah,
that's funny.
That was awesome. But yeah, Mr. Beast. I know like everybody was in talks about that. I don't know the details or anything, but I feel like there's a high chance that'll happen. Years ago, this crappy World Finals video I took that helped me really start off my channel and like get it rolling was actually featured in a Mr. Beast reacts video. And what Mr. Beast said in the video was, "Hey babe, we should go to a monster truck show sometime." And I think he actually really likes monster trucks. So I think this is definitely a high possibility.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah, that would be
Crazy.
good.
Isn't that crazy, man? Crazy.
Big Mr. Beast fan. That would actually be good.
Big Mr. Beast fan as well. That would be cool.
If he ever showed up, you would know if he was there. They would make a big deal of that 100%.
Yeah.
Mike Trapper asked, what other podcasts do you guys listen to?
Ooh, that's a good one.
None.
Oh.
No, I listen to the Dale Jr.'s podcast, obviously for NASCAR wise, and just for listening to him full crap because I love hearing him talk. It's awesome about what's called dirty mode, stuff like that. I can't remember everything else. But yeah, that's basically the only podcast I listen to, mainly because I try not to listen to other podcasts. Now of course, other than that, I mainly am on computer, and sometimes I'll do Instagram, sometimes I don't. I'm never really on YouTube. So it's just I'm usually just playing video games or editing.
Cool.
So yeah, that's
very
that.
chill. I like listening to Bryce Kenny's podcast that he does. And then he had made that book a few months ago. Bryson Adams podcast when they were doing that a bunch. The Dale Jr. podcast as well. I listen to that whenever I can tune in. And I can't think of any others off the top of my head. There's this one team, they just started a podcast, and they're called the Weathermans, and they race in the Xfinity series. And they just made a podcast, so I've been listening to them. Other than that, nothing much. How about you boys?
Yeah, I've never really been a huge podcast guy. I think it's mainly because
and Inside Monster Jam. I'm sorry, I had to mention that.
No, you're fine. You're fine. But yeah, no, I've never really been a huge podcast guy. I think it's mainly because I just don't really have the attention span to just sit there and listen to a whole podcast. I'm gonna be completely honest. So, I mean, podcasts are cool. I love doing these ones and stuff like that. But I've never really been one to just sit down and listen to a whole podcast.
Yeah, don't blame you. How about you, Nathan?
I actually originally I wasn't really into podcast, but like you said, you brought up a couple that I do listen to. You've got Geared for Life, Bryce Kenny's podcast. He hasn't uploaded any new ones in a long time, but I'll still go back and listen to his because he tells a lot of good stuff, a lot of good inspirational stuff that talks about getting into, like he says, getting in that next gear and getting where you need to be at the certain point in life, as well as like everybody always says, Gears and Nachos, Adam and Bryce. Yeah, I listen to that all the time. Listen to that all the time. I mean, it's so fun to just listen to those guys banter and go back and forth. And I remember last year at St. Louis, most of the times I saw Bryce, I was asking, man, what's the next Gears and Nachos? I was. He was surprised people were still listening. I'm like, dude, I listen to that every single time you guys release an episode. And then they kept going with it throughout the year. It's the other podcast, Inside Monster Jam. I just do that, just kind of hear what certain people are talking about. Or like the Star Creations one episode, they either they have done or they're doing. Because I like to hear the insides of like what they do and everything. Obviously, Crush This Monster Truck podcast, and Dan Agash, my good buddy, my coworker, he does an awesome job with every interview he does. He just had a hangout one here recently. I think it was this week, and then he did one. I can't remember who he had last week off the top of my head, but he does awesome podcasts with current day drivers, old school drivers, crew guys. And just anybody in the industry that's big and influential and whatnot. And then what was the other one? And then actually another kind of an interesting that I don't think anybody ever knew I was really into, I just started getting into last year, was Dungeons and Dragons. So I listened to the Unexpectables Dungeons and Dragons podcast. It's like I'm on campaign 1. there's like 220 some episodes. I'm only on episode 36, so I got a long way to go to catch up.
Quite a long way.
Oh yeah, and they have a session 2 or a campaign
Wow.
2 now, so I've got even further to catch up. But that's
Yeah,
a
the
good one. I
question-
always listen to that going down the road to different shows because what a lot of people might not know is whenever the halls travel, 9 times out of 10, it's the 2 rigs are going, and then I'm in the pickup truck right behind them. So for anybody out there, you ever see the 2 ramp haulers going down the road and you see a pickup following them? No, I'm probably the one driving that pickup.
It's him. It's Nathan Smith,
Oh yeah,
guy on the
Oh,
pod.
Nathan Smith.
the
Yep.
band.
Yeah. Just one a little side note here. Monster Truck Sid said Bryce met a new Gears and Nachos episode, and Ryan Anderson challenged him to a pee off.
Oh God! Not again. Yeah, that was the new what was it? Momentum.
Pretty manly.
Week 5 Momentum. That was that was like the episode, and like, yep, they were talking about doing the 2024 tour pee off. So
Yeah. Zona Monsters asked, "Are you a big fan of Mr. Beast Burgers, Mac Bulldog Mac?"
No.
I am a big fan of the Mr. Beast burgers. I had one in East Rutherford last year, actually. The for those of you guys that have been there, that big mall that's like basically just across the street from the stadium, they have the Mr. Beast restaurant place, and I'm a big fan.
That's good. I'm glad you're a big burger fan of the.
Oh
Beast.
yeah, if you guys couldn't
Uh,
tell already, you know.
Yeah, of course. Joe Ohio, and we'll start to wrap up our Q&A here since we've had a good amount of questions so far. Do you guys think Tyler is going to win the series, Stadium Series East, or do you think that Tristan England is going to take the series lead from Tyler? My personal opinion, I would love it to get even closer in points. Tyler had a bad show in Tampa for day 2, but
About time.
yeah, Tristan almost also had some issues.
Yeah.
So I don't know if he's going to catch him in time, but if he keeps it close, I'm rooting for whoever's the better man. How about that?
That's fair. That's fair. I mean, Tyler won the series last year, so I would really like to see Tristan get another series championship, especially a stadium one, especially debuting a brand new truck. I think this is going to potentially, if he takes the lead and holds it, this will be a repeat of his first year doing with Earthshaker, truck debuted and he made it into the Young Guns or Double Down Showdown, and then went on to make it to the main field. I think it's going to be another instance of he's going to run the series, place good, and get put in the finals again.
Yeah, I see Tyler taking it all again. I really do want to see a closer battle because Ryan's kind of just taking it for the other series. So both stadium tours are, they got 20, 30 point difference, but I want to see an easier, or not, I don't want to see an easier, someone's one side. I do want to see it pretty good. But again, Tyler is one of the best out there right now, doing all of the technique moves and then getting not lucky, but getting lucky on certain ways he lands, and which makes him be able to do the moves even better. And just kind of the show off. Not really, but he does a good job showing off, and he is really good. So.
Yeah, I completely agree. I think it's going to be Tyler winning the championship. It would be awesome if Tristan can continue to close that gap in the points, but I just think that Tyler is just on a whole nother level. Arguably, he's the best driver in the sport today. I love Tristan England, though, as well. It would be super cool to see him get it. So, I don't know. The close points battles are always really exciting to watch. So, if he can, like I said, if he can continue to make it closer, that would be awesome. But ultimately, I think Tyler's going to get it done. Just some of the moves that he can do is just insane. Just a couple weeks ago, that one move, I can't remember exactly where it was, but when he had that crazy save and pulled it into a moonwalk while the truck was in smoke, it was just crazy. Some of the things he does is insane. So yeah, I think Tyler's going to hold on to it most likely, but Tristan has been doing a really, really good job. I love the JCB Digatron truck. It's amazing, and he's been doing a great job finally being in stadiums this year for sure. And then I know third place has also been a very close battle. I believe with Colton and Max D, Bryson Mohawk Warrior, now Todd and Megalodon. Those three guys are all like super close for third right now. So the top 5 in that tour right now, it's been an awesome points battle, and hopefully it will continue.
Yeah, it was awesome. And now we conclude our Q&A session. Shout out to Buddy, Zone of Monsters.
Oh, yeah.
And shout out to my friend OCD Fan. He's a big fan of you, Wayne. Thank you, Joe
Wayne.
Ohio. Shout out to your buddy OCD Fan. Thank you for being a fan of the channel and the Do It Boys. We appreciate you.
And don't forget about Ray as well. You got to give a shout out to Ray.
Shout out to Ray.
Ray.
I already gave a shout out to Ray. I mean, I usually don't give shout outs twice, but it's all right.
Yeah, this is a special guy. So
special
Wayne,
guy,
one more question. If you can understand this, please cueing me into what we're trying to say here.
Quarter 2 shows, that means after the season. So
yeah. Okay. Thank you, Wayne.
So what shows are we wanting to attend? I mean, non-Monster Jam. I want to go to Miami, Oklahoma. I want to go to.
You don't. Nope.
Oh, I don't. You're right.
Nope.
I don't. I don't want to go to like the coolest independent show.
Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, I don't know what you're talking about, Mr. Mac.
Oh.
Well, so anyhow, yeah, there are a couple off-season shows I want to go to. As they get announced, I want to go to a few international shows as well. And if everything works out, I always want to go to Australia in October. Freaking coolest times of all time with Monster Talk and everybody else. So that's my quarter 2 shows. Just like a few of them. How about you guys?
Not really sure what my quarter 2 is going to look like yet. It just kind of depends on, because normally after we're done with the Monster Jam season, we shift into what we refer to as dealership season. So that's where we're touring around the country, going to dealerships, doing car crushes, displays, ride truck gigs, a lot of different stuff there. That's actually, I enjoy that time because you get to travel, go see different dealerships and whatnot. You get to see different towns, especially the ride truck ones, because that's more time that I get to spend driving the ride truck, which is a good time, So if I remember out in Wayne and TJ's area and whatnot, or even Riley's area, y'all have to come out. I'll give you a ride in the ride truck.
We'll pull up.
Good deal.
Oh yeah,
we pull up.
Yeah, I do want to go overseas with Wayne to Australia. I'm kind of not being forced to do that, but I do want to go and try that and get the atmosphere. So we might see that.
Only an 11-hour flight from LAX there.
Only
worse.
Yeah.
15 hours flights.
Well, before I go over mine, both Monster Truck Sid and Monster Jam Fanatic both want a shout out to Hugh. I don't really know what his last name is. They both said 2 different last names, but shout out to Hugh. So yeah, I'm going to be doing a bunch of independent shows like over the summer. I'll be going to probably at least 3 versus Monster Truck shows. And then as far as Monster Jam's concerned, I will be doing East Rutherford, of course, as I've been doing every year since like 2017. That's going to be the first stadium show after World Finals. It's only like 2 weeks after, I believe. And then just recently it got announced that once again, Allentown will be having some July shows, which I will be at those. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to go to the 2 in quarter 1 that just happened, mainly just because Detroit was the same weekend, so I was already going there. If it was a different weekend, I probably would have been, but I'll be going there back in July. And then really the only other one I know off the top of my head, if it happens, is the Cleveland Stadium show. It hasn't been announced yet. There have been some rumors that it might happen, but nothing official as of now. But if they do have it, then Cleveland will be another one for me. And that might be it. I don't know. I might be able to fit one more in if I can. But yeah, that's probably going to be it through the summer and stuff like that.
Very chill. So that's great. TJ already said, I think so.
Yeah.
Okay,
I jumped in front of Riley. Sorry.
Well, that's it for our Q&A. Thank you guys for tuning in, and we will do another Q&A the next live stream. We've got a few more topics to discuss, and then that'll be it with our night. Riley, how you doing there, bud?
I'm doing
He's
good.
fired.
They're just like everybody on the Instagram chat is asking for a bunch of shout outs, and it's just kind of funny.
So many shout outs tonight. I mean, shout out to everybody.
Shout out to
rest in peace. Shout out to Mall Dance.
Oh yeah, shout out to Mole Dance. We got a shout out to Gabe. Another guy named Hugh with a different last name.
How about Gage Bursey?
Oh yeah, and Gage Bursey, and then we also got a
Gage
shout out
Bursey,
to Mike as well. So pretty cool stuff.
Shout out to Oprah. Wow. I didn't know you guys know Oprah. That's crazy. Could Oprah buy us a monster truck? Yeah, I don't see why not. Yeah. Anyhow, yeah, we're gonna get into our final topics here. We got another week of Monster Jam coming up here. We have Orlando and Arlington, the big stadium shows, and then arenas. We have Portland, Oregon, Rosemont, Illinois, and that is the two arenas this weekend. Boys, we got a few things going on. There is a driver change in Arlington. Instead of Adam Anderson, Charlie Pauken, who's been driving Megalodon internationally, and that's filled in for Lindsey Reed once this year in Stabilizer. He's driving Gravedigger. Back to the roots of Charlie Pauken. He's going to be driving Gravedigger. So excited to see that. Unfortunately, not in person unless, last minute flight. But Riley's going to see it. Riley, you excited?
Oh, yeah, I am. I've actually, similarly to what we were talking about earlier with Northern Nightmare, I never saw Northern Nightmare in person. I actually have never seen Charlie drive Gravedigger in person because, up until the last 2-3 years, really the only stadiums I would do were Syracuse and East Rutherford, and he never drove Gravedigger at either one of those shows that I ever went to from 2014 for Syracuse and then 2017 all the way up till now for East Rutherford. So it's going to be really awesome to see that. I did not expect that. I don't know why Adam is out this week, but it's going to be really cool to see, and I'm glad to get to meet Charlie again for the first time in a while.
Yeah, and we'll find out if there's going to be any other driver changes, but as of now, this is the only one that we know to public knowledge that's going on, and that is in Arlington. Orlando is going to be a mud fest. It's going to be raining from, I believe, 9 or 10 a.m. all the way to nighttime, or from 3 p.m. onward, either or. But not going to be fun. It's going to be a mud show for all these drivers. We're going to see what's going to happen. I'm excited. They're going to be having to do tombstone moonwalks and all types of stuff and skills, if it's even possible. If not, slap wheelies. And Arlington should be great. It's at the Dallas Cowboy Stadium. It's going to be a fun time. And that is the shows for this weekend. We'll see what happens with those. And any final things, boys? Do you want to talk about any more Monster Jam?
Why don't we not instead talk? How about we show?
Let's show some Monster Jam.
Show some Monster Jam.
Show and tell. Now, this was from before, but this is a few of the Detroit highlights. Is there audio on the
sound? If I can figure that out, Wayne, I will show you.
Oh, well, that's okay. We'll just talk over them. This is Joe Foley and El Toro Loco. He absolutely cooked. Joe.
There is audio. I don't know if we hear the audio, but there is audio.
Dude does the bicycle and moonwalk like it's nothing. Crazy. Few more videos to show here. The Big Bird's getting out of his boomer phase here. You're gonna have to individually click on him, buddy. Northern Nightmare. Oh, just skips Northern Nightmare.
Yeah, we're skipping Northern Nightmare for a reason.
Why?
Oh, because I'm trying to find the main thing. I can't find the main thing.
With that body.
Yeah, with that body.
Ripped to the lion's body.
That poor lion's body.
Brian Anderson, son of a digger. He actually had a tire change for everyone that didn't know. That green tire was brought out by a loader. It literally delivered it to him. They rolled it and put it on the truck.
I wonder why it's green, because it's a Gravedigger tire.
Yep. So nice.
So nice. Look at him tear up the track.
Look at him tear up the track. Look, Mark's sitting on two wheels.
I want to see him put it in reverse like Gage Bursey.
Yeah, I mean he does sometimes. Depends on the day.
So does
All right,
Adam.
let's track where we
That's
were.
true. That is so true.
Yo, Sid wants another shout out.
No.
Haywood. Shout out to Haywood.
Okay, fun fact about this clip right here. Adam posted it. Some kid you could see in that clip gives Adam the thumbs up, and Adam actually gives that kid the thumbs up back while he's driving. Somewhere up there, some kid gives them a thumbs up.
Yeah,
it's the kid in the blue. Did you
Probably-
see it? With the green?
Right, hold on.
Pause it right when he gets to it.
This one,
Yeah. Well,
or is it this
go
one over
forward.
here?
Go forward.
Might help if
no,
I
not
actually
yet.
full screen it. There we go.
Yeah. Go ahead. Now pause it right. Now.
Oh yeah, that one right there. Yep. That was awesome.
Bro, you had one job.
Oh come on, come
Oh
on.
my gosh, Boomer.
There we go.
Boomer.
There it is.
There he
It's
is.
blurry, but it's
Oh
there.
yeah.
That's awesome. Adam posted it and brought it to attention to everybody. That's so cool.
Yeah, the clip that Adam posted was my clip too.
Is it?
It
Is
is.
it really?
Mac Bulldog Mac.
Oh yeah. Also, Monster Gym Fanatic just said something interesting. He said that's actually me driving, but it was kind of like a doomsday thing where nobody knew the driver.
Wow.
Yeah, okay.
You did have us fooled, Mr. Fanatic. You definitely did. You
Speaking
showed that
of
adventure
doomsday.
clip already. Let's go to Northern
Did I
Nightmare
really?
or something.
I'm
I
not
was
sure
getting
this
all
one.
excited. Caleb,
Oh,
He
yeah,
was
that's
all
a good
excited
save.
in Another Nightmare, but he won't show it.
Great
Oh,
freestyle
that's
from
nice too.
Kayla.
That was
Yeah, that
good,
was a-
right? That was nice.
Yeah, that was like the second hit of her run. It was the first freestyle run of show 2, and that was the second hit, and she already pulled off a save.
So nice.
So nice. You knew we were in for a good show when that happened. The second hit of
Yep.
freestyle.
Let's go. Finally, Northern Nightmare.
Is this day 2, Wayne? Yeah, it's
That
freaking
thing
good.
was
It has to
so
be.
good.
So
That
nice.
versus chassis.
Who let the dogs out?
I don't know.
Who let the maples out? Who let the maple leaves out?
Who let the Canadians out?
Who let the Canadians? I swear, if he runs Northern Nightmare next year, he needs to have a flag that says "Who let the Canadians out?"
Who let the Canada out? Dude. Who let Canada out?
No, it
Dude.
helps if I full screen, doesn't it?
Whoa!
Good save. Send it.
Yeah, show 1 was better.
Yeah,
Whatever,
it
Riley.
was. You know why it
Well-
was better? Because
Well,
Wade
Riley, if
wasn't
you
there.
sent it to
I
one
agree.
clip, you would have played it.
What?
I have it. I can't show my clip. I spent 5 minutes editing to get to Chris.
Oh my
Well,
god, the
oh well.
vault. Yo, Wayne, the vault is here.
Monster Truck Vault. Shout out to Monster Truck Vault. We're all big fans of you here at the Do It Boys. You got the best coverage from the 2000s to 2010s in 2024, baby. Let me tell you that. Oh, everybody in the comments, go ahead and tell Monster Truck Vault that he should be on a Do It Boys podcast episode. If you're a friend of the Do It Boys, comment right now, Vault, get in Do It Boys podcast or something like that. Must have been a better show if Wayne wasn't there.
I agree.
Whatever, Fanatic.
You said that.
Come on, guys. Don't be fake fans. You got to comment, Vault, join the episode sometime.
Let's go vault.
Come on, guys.
Oh, here we go. I think I found it. Hold on. Let me see if I can
Come
bring
on,
it up
Zona
now.
Monsters.
Come on, Zona.
Come on, Fanatic.
Come on, Fanatic.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
Mr. John Vault, get on the Do It Boys podcast.
Oh yeah, and earlier there was one other shout out that we missed. Monster Truck Sid wanted us to shout out his 2nd grade teacher.
What was she hot? We'll wait in the comments for the answer. Since we're delayed, we'll wait 2 minutes.
This is what the Do It Talk's all about, dude. It's about having fun. We're not just talking about statistics and that. It's crap talking. We definitely got to do more of these live streams.
Dude, we have to like.
And
Yeah,
it
there you
sounds
go,
like if
Fanatic.
people want the Vault to join the live streams or just an episode sometime. So, Vault, we'll be reaching out to you, buddy.
I think we
Dude
should get
Network.
Monster Jam Fanatic on a podcast.
That would be cool. I would like to get
That would be
Fanatic.
cool. Well,
It's-
Yeah.
I never
would be.
thought he wanted to do one, and apparently he does.
Oh yeah.
You know what? Actually, it'd be cool, Wayne. Get me and Fanatic on a doubleheader podcast, just talking about the diecast side of things.
That would be cool. We could do a
Ooh.
Or
special diecast
or
episode.
I'm not shooting down the idea of Fanatic being here. What if you could get me and Monster Jam OCD on the same episode? Because
Ooh,
honestly, I think me and him have got two of the biggest collections of Spin Master, of Spin Master trucks. So I think that would actually be a really interesting.
that would be really cool.
Oh
All
yeah.
right, here we go.
I'll reach out to him. See what he says. Probably,
Yeah.
maybe, but I know he does like the different stuff for Feld.
Yeah,
Hey, Joe,
Oh!
or not Joe, Chris, stop it. Goodbye, Hood.
Can you shout out my neighbor Tess?
Last name
Shout out
Tickle.
Tess.
Oh, Riley. That
Here we
you
go.
literally set that up like a Simpsons joke.
Go watch Foxborough 2018. What if I want to watch Foxborough 2017, Volt?
Ah,
I'm just kidding.
what about
Sure.
16?
What's up, Xander? Welcome. Max D is showing he belongs there. Going ham.
I know I should have say this, but could you imagine Max D for 30 years?
30 years.
That's all I'm gonna say.
Nope. You dug your own hole. Go ahead, say it.
Well, that's all I'm gonna say. I'll leave it right there.
And plop.
Plop. Oh, TJ. Oh, TJ. You dirty
Dang it,
man.
TJ.
I don't know what this one is. No, I
Wow.
found out. Okay.
That's my favorite one.
Thanks.
Good times. Well,
Yo,
looks
wait,
like those
Wayne,
are
where's
the
your
clips.
Wayne, where's your footage from Chris's
that's
run
the-
from show 1?
I have it. I don't know where it is though.
Where's your
thought
show?
that was
Where's
it.
your footage, Riley, from the Copa County
wait a
Fair in
minute.
Arizona?
When was that video of the overboard hauler taken?
Oh, this one? Oh, I
Yeah.
did that when y'all were leaving. When everyone was leaving DC.
What?
Yo, shout out to Sid's uncle,
Dude.
York.
That's awesome. Were you at DC?
Yeah.
Oh, you didn't tell me. I would have freaking came
York,
early.
last name.
I did tell
Fox.
you, but we
Ball.
never got to work out. I
That's
thought.
right. That's right.
Wait,
Go
so is that
Zach.
Nathan driving?
No, that's
No,
Zach
that's
Garner.
Zach.
Oh,
What's up,
So I had a
Zach?
terrible
What up,
angle for
Zach?
Freaking
it.
Zach, dude. Zach's a character, man. Like the fact, like I've seen him in his rig, like he's got one of them tall shifters, and he sits like way down on the floor. Like he says he can see just above the dash, and like he can see the top of his ornament. And it's like as long as the ornament's on the white lines, he's good. He just
That's
trucks it.
wild.
Yeah, yeah. You see, he's way sitting back there, way back there, low riding
Yeah.
it.
He's just way back there, just low riding it.
Yep. Just
Yeah.
driving her. You know. Good
It's
time.
funny because we were coming back from like two of the recent shows we came back. We were just riding along. Oh, where were we coming back from? It might have been DC, but we were long hauling back to go to PA to stop at Bloomsburg, where we were doing our in between weeks maintenance between like Baltimore, DC, and Rhode Island. And I was riding behind the rigs, and I'm like, I see a rig kind of go off in one of the other lanes, and I looked, I'm like, wait a minute, I recognize the logo on the back. Son of a gun, that's Zach. We were all convoying right behind Zach. It was awesome.
That was a good time.
Oh, it's awesome, dude. Zach's awesome. Shout
Yeah,
out
you
to
were-
Zach Garner, that crazy son of a gun.
Shout out to Zach.
You're wanting the run. This is the run if it plays.
Here we
What's
go. This is from TJ's point of view.
Day
no
one.
way, dude.
Yep.
TJ needs to start a YouTube.
Well, he
I have
does.
one.
The Do It Boys.
Well,
Actually,
you know what I
have
mean.
Too. Actually, I have
Well, he
four,
has
so
a
I'm
main
not
ones
that-
for gaming.
We got to
Yeah.
see some TJ Gunther full show videos.
Definitely will not see that. It's bad
You might
enough
see
Village
TJ
doing this
Gunther
one.
highlights on the Do It Boys.
Maybe,
Yeah.
maybe.
Wayne, who let the Canadian out? Oh, I don't know, Joe Ohio. Who let Joe out of Ohio is the question. Who
Yo,
let Joe
Mike-
out of Ohio, Joe?
No
Mike
one
was
should ever get
asking-
out of Ohio.
Mike was asking if the Lord has ever been on a podcast.
He has
And I
not.
responded, not yet. But he
Not
should
yet.
be.
He should be.
Yes.
Yeah.
So if you want to hear a little story about the first day, so the first day, as you know, there's normally a hockey stick on the back of the Northern Nightmare truck, but Chris did not put it on there. He wanted to, but he thought it would be if you have a flag, because it's like a flag stand. So he didn't do it. But he put the hockey puck on the front of it. Well, I don't know if it was racing or if it was skill. I think it was skills where he nosedived the crap out of it,
Here we go.
and it got stuck in the mud.
Oh!
The Morgan and Morgan
Well-
backflip
Whoa!
Whoa!
Whoa! Oh!
They actually picked up the hockey stick and gave it back to him. The dirt crew did.
That's nice.
Get ready for this.
I'm not ready for this.
Oh, well, close your eyes then, Wayne.
Okay. Pop the tire. Poof.
Yeah, and I'm surprised they didn't shut him off after that.
Well, depending
Even-
on the venue, if the venue has like turf under it that's alive and stuff, they'll shut off trucks. But if it doesn't and it's covered
Mhm.
well, they'll keep them on. Fun
There might
fact.
be a little bit after this. I don't remember. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
The
Look at that.
highlights.
Oh, yeah.
Highlights. Look at Chris. Who let the Canadian out? Chris Kohler did. Oh, thank you, TJ. It's your freestyle winner. Thank you.
I added that for him. Yeah.
I appreciate it.
Okay.
That was sick.
That's all
Well,
I got.
that was all the clips. That's it, people, for the clips. We got a few more subjects. We already talked about Monster Jam. We got to talk a little bit about some NASCAR and football, boys.
We do?
Do we?
Yeah.
Do we?
Do we?
Actually, we don't. We don't, actually. It's totally up to you guys. I was just going to talk about Las Vegas is coming up with NASCAR. What are your predictions? I got Larson.
Any
Who
team
did I
Hendrick
pick?
car. I don't care what. Just any team Hendrick car.
I think
Any
I went
team member.
Byron. I really don't remember anymore.
So I picked
I got
Larson.
Zane-
TJ's
I got-
Byron.
I got Zane Smith.
Do you really?
Actually,
No. No, I think Chastain, I think.
Oh, of course. you
okay.
did.
The Watermelon Man.
Who
Oh,
won
yeah.
last year?
Ross Chastain. He's a watermelon farmer for everyone that doesn't know.
He is.
Yep. And if
Shout
you're
out to
not a
Monster Jam
NASCAR,
Prime.
if you're not a NASCAR fan, I suggest you watch Ross Chastain. Whenever he wins, he does a burnout and then he takes a watermelon from the back and he smashes it on the ground.
Oh, yeah.
And I got
How
to
about-
see it in person at Phoenix.
No way.
It was
No
so sick.
way. Did you get to
So
taste it?
sick. And then he actually handed it out to the fans. I wasn't there though.
Dude, on the broadcast for that race, they literally paid no attention to him winning the race.
They didn't, and that was a
Mhm.
big shame. I remember
Yeah.
people post on TikTok like that. They paid no attention to him.
Yeah.
So it was good seeing him win though. It was a fun race. But Daytona is definitely my favorite so far. And moving on to football, you guys. take it away.
whoa. I have
What?
something to say.
What?
I'm gonna say, you know what's better than watching melons get crushed on a racetrack?
Huh?
Watching a pinata get crushed by a driver and candy going everywhere. Called the Taco Pinata by Mr. Suarez. Did you not watch the race last week or what?
No.
Of course you did it. You're at Monster Jam.
Yeah, exactly. I was in Monster
Yeah,
Jam. I was
yeah,
on the way
I
home
know.
from Monster Jam when that happened.
TJ, just the way you explained it was terrible. Daniel
I
Suarez
know.
won. So instead of Ross Chastain breaking a watermelon, Daniel Suarez broke open a pinata. That's it. And a bunch of candy flew out.
But the way I said it was made it so much better. All right.
But
All right,
you
keep
were
going.
Like, did it
laughing and I
really?
couldn't understand half of it.
Sorry, I couldn't keep it in. All right. It was funny.
Incredible, TJ.
Thank you, Wayne. At least someone gets it. Okay, go ahead.
Beautiful.
Back to the daily broadcast.
Talk about football, boys. That's our final topic.
It's
Well,
over.
Yeah, there's not
It's
too
over.
much to
That's
say.
the only good thing. It's over. We're into
Well, the reason I bring this up so everybody can fight about their favorite teams. That's about it.
I don't need to fight when it's
What's
rigged.
up, Dave 609? Welcome.
Well, I think the last time we did one, I'm pretty sure it was before the Super Bowl, the last podcast we did. So,
I believe
yeah,
so.
unfortunately, the Chiefs won the Super Bowl. So that's all I really have to say about that. I wanted the 49ers to win really bad. I don't like the Chiefs, as you can see. But, yeah.
We're going to have to bring this back to NASCAR real quick because there was a question I missed.
Yo, what's up, Dave 609?
Ooh. Favorite NASCAR drivers?
Go ahead, Riley. Let's hear it. You're first.
So I've got two. I've been a huge Kyle Busch fan ever since I got into NASCAR when I was like 5 or 6 years old. And then my other one's Ross Chastain. I was a huge fan of him when he was in the Xfinity series, mainly when he was driving for Kaulig in the 10. So ever since he's moved up to Cup, I'm a Busch and Chastain fan, which is definitely interesting. Two of the most polarizing drivers out there, but yeah.
All-time favorite's going to be Jeff Gordon, but any driver that's ever run for Hendrick Motorsports, Jimmy Johnson, Dale Earnhardt Jr., Casey Kane, Jeff Gordon, Larson, Bowman, Elliott, Byron, all of them. Anybody that's ever run for Hendrick is on my list.
Brian Vickers.
Yeah, although I will throw a shout out to like Tony Stewart because like he was like my dad, my aunt's favorite.
Oh, sorry. I did the opposite.
Sorry. I can't.
His brain wasn't working.
No,
It doesn't usually.
I was a shut up, Mac. I was a big Jimmy Johnson fan, and then he retired. But always rooted on Jimmy Johnson when he was driving. I was also a big Casey Kane fan before he retired, and it was so cool to see him win, I believe, Indianapolis a few years ago. But you know, all of Hendrick, I just love them. Big Chevy family here. Now it's starting to turn into Ford because it seems like the Fords are built a little better than the Chevys. But yeah,
You're a bandwagon.
Throw Hendrick and Dodge as the
Are you accusing me?
You like the Chevys, but now the Fords are doing better, so you like the Fords.
No, I'm saying the Fords are better build quality.
Oh,
Definitely not now. They're brand new.
Well, it's the very opposite. I had a 2012 Impala Chevy, and the only thing it keeps doing is every year or 2 years the air thing breaks and it starts making a ticking noise all the time. It's just a random breakage that always happens. Yeah, it's true.
yeah.
It's true. So I'm not a fan of Chevy, how they keep making crap quality control, but it's whatever. I'm not going to question it. Anyhow, yeah, back to the topic. My current favorite driver these days would probably be either Kyle Larson or Ryan Blaney. I like both of them. Blaney's been really cool to watch race, and he's got a good personality to him, great team, and he's been very consistent. And Larson's just an amazing racer. I mean, he went on the Dirt Series, won so much stuff, came back to NASCAR. Hendrick gave him a chance, and here he is being a champion already. So, yeah, I'll stop ranting.
Okay. So, obviously, I'm a Dan Earnhardt Jr. fan. I've always been Dan Earnhardt Jr. fan since I was little. When I was racing, when my grandfather got me into racing on PlayStation back in the day, that's how old. We would be racing at 2000. It wasn't 2003. It was one of the ones before where I think it was 1999 or something like that.
Back in the day.
Back in my day. Yeah, so Junior always been a fan. He's not driving anymore. Obviously retired. So I do like Alex Bowman for filling in for him. So I do like that, even though he's in the 48. I've always hated the 48. I do like Kyle Larson. Kyle Larson's he's a good racer all the way around. He reminds me, I guess you could call him the Tyler of NASCAR or anything that has wheels. I do want to do a couple shout outs since I did not do any shout outs. My buddy from Indiana, Chuck Hess. Hi, buddy. It's great to see you here. And he said hi to Kermit, so I have to shout out Kermit. Kermit. Okay, I did that job. Yeah. So, I do like William, but I'm still Team Hendrick now because Junior's not driving. So yeah. Will.
Yep.
Very chill.
What's up,
Very
Chuck?
chill.
Shout
What's
out
up,
to Chuck.
dude? Shout out to Chuck.
Oh yeah,
Chuck.
the man.
Chuck the guy. Get it?
He says hello, everyone.
Hi, Chuck. Well, I mean, that is about everything. So,
But there's one more thing, Lane.
I know.
Is it time?
It's time.
It's time?
It's
We have
time.
something to show
Is
everybody.
it time?
It's time. It's time, everybody. Do you see what's on TJ's poster right now? Do you see what TJ's wearing right now? Do you see what Nathan has right now? Do you know what's coming up?
Do
We're
you?
gonna find out. Do you?
It's about time.
Max Verstappen. Yeah, David DeAngelis' favorite driver. Yeah. Oh, anyhow, TJ, roll it.
Roll what? Roll.
John Ciesok brings out the sudden impact Ford from Frackville, Pennsylvania.
On Ciesok.
Our next competitor will be John Ciesok in Batman.
Five-time World Finals competitor John Ciesok in Batman then faced the defending Monster Jam World Racing Champion Dennis Anderson for the 2007 crown. A flawless run was necessary to beat Gravedigger, and Ciesok delivered.
Down Thunder Alley, Digger has a one-truck length lead. It will be one. It's a 5-second penalty. Gravedigger has hit the pole. John Ciesok, for the first time in his illustrious Monster Jam career, is the World Monster Jam Racing Champion, and rightfully so.
This means so much more than just a trophy, you know. All the years the fans supported me, my family, my friends back home, all the guys that helped me back in the shop when I first got started. You know, and it's a dream come true. Of course, my boys will be here to see it, but beating Dennis Anderson in the finals, you know, he's the icon. For his 25th anniversary, he's been around that long for a reason. He's great, you know. I just can't believe it. It's awesome.
Here we go, the final race to determine the Monster Jam 2008 World Finals Racing Champion. We got John Ciesok in Batman versus Jimmy Cretin and a Bounty Hunter coming to the final turn.
Into the final turn, they're neck and neck. Jimmy Cretin, Bounty Hunter, John Ciesok, Batman. And your winner, a back-to-back World Finals Racing Champion, John Ciesok, Batman. Have you guessed it yet? It's about time.
It's about time.
About time, brother. Man, so excited, TJ. That was so awesome. Sitting down talking with John Ciesok a few months ago, and obviously it took so long to get this put together, but it was worth it. I mean, it's a 2-part series. We talked for over 3 hours, over 2.5 hours. And it was just so awesome getting to sit down with John Ciesok. He's such a down-to-earth guy. He's done so many incredible things for the industry, and his sons are driving, you know, Aftershock and all of those trucks, and they're doing a great job. And I believe they even drive with Gage Bursey, Mac Bulldog Mac's favorite. So, yeah, it's been a good time. Can't wait to reveal this episode to you guys. And now that we've revealed it, I can't wait to premiere it on Friday, TJ, correct?
So far, so good. We're getting close to me, and the guarantees on Friday. Yes.
All right. Well, make sure to tune in Friday for the John Ciesok episode, part 1. And there's so many great topics discussed. What were some of your guys' favorite moments, Nathan and Riley, about John Ciesok? I know maybe you may not have many as Nathan Riley, but I'm sure you got one there in the bag.
I'm sure Nathan has some.
Nathan, we'll start.
You know, it's actually funny you say that. I actually, in all the years I went to monster shows, I never really got to see John Ciesok run. I saw him run out here in Springfield, Illinois, a couple years. I saw him run that sudden impact body in 2005 for an event when Monster Jam actually came out here and did our small little fairground show here. But then I think it was 07 or 08, I think, that John actually, it was back in the time when the Monster Jam trucks were able to come do the 4-wheel drive jamborees. It was like, I would like to say 07, 08. It was him and Batman. So got to see him wheel Batman and Sudden Impact one time each. And I think I might have saw him twice in Sudden Impact, because I think I saw the old school OG Sudden Impact. But yeah, John, good guy. Yeah, good guy.
That's awesome. And Riley, I know obviously you didn't get to see him in person, but did you have any cool moments that you remember about seeing John Seesock drive?
Not particularly.
Say World Finals Championship.
The World Finals Championships, those were just insane. Those were awesome.
You're such a good actor, Riley. I mean,
all right, I'll take it from here. Don't worry, Riley. I got your back.
All right, thank you.
One of my favorite drivers is definitely John Seesock. He came to one of my birthday parties back in the day.
What?
Yes, he did. I had a go-kart birthday party, and John Seesock showed up. He gave me his glasses, which were I don't know, from the company Liquid back in the day. I don't remember if Nathan remembers those. But no, okay. So ever since then, he's always been family to us, and watching the Batman was awesome. Watching him be able to go back, not only win one racing championship, but also win two, and went back to back doing it. 2007, 2008. That's incredible. And so can't wait to get this thing going. As my phone rings off the hook for no apparent reason. Let me try to. So I'm obviously the sign shows it all right there. Mr. John Seesock rules, driving grinder. And then you see Frank Kreml, and then there's that sign over here back in my head. You can't see it's like
Frank.
That says Loopy Sosa, because I have to put that in there.
You love Frank.
Definitely love Frank. That's why he's back there.
Frank Kreml fan club.
As long as he's far enough away from an Applebee's.
No, we need him close to an Applebee's.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Close to Applebee's.
Oh yeah. But yeah, John Seesock, can't wait for it, man.
Yeah. Wayne, have you ever met him? Besides, have you seen him?
Nope.
No. Oh, come on.
Never had the opportunity. Never was able to get out to Vegas, and by that time, anyhow, I wasn't driving. So,
I actually saw John twice in the last 3 weeks. Saw him at Wilkes-Barre and Allentown.
Yeah, John was at Monster Jam, and he got an interview, right?
Last year.
I was in Wilkes-Barre.
Yeah. I can't remember if you messaged me or not. Yeah, I think you told me you were going to be there, and I completely forgot.
Yeah, I was only at show 2, so I didn't see John, unfortunately.
Well, Jimmy says, who do you think is going to win overseas series for Monster Jam? Well, depends what you're talking about. If you're talking about the ramped up series, I have no idea, but I would guess Blake Granger, because he's just that good. And he's got experience on it now. Maybe Tristan will do a few of those events we may see. I don't know. I don't know who else would be on it. And then regarding stadiums, it's really anybody's game. Charlie throws it down. He does an incredible job. Chelsea's been getting a lot better, so I think she'd be able to get a freestyle win, like possibly. But I think it would be between like Charlie and Blake, and maybe Bari if he does the overseas tour. I don't know, but
wouldn't Bernard Light be in that too? Wouldn't Bernard Light be there too?
I feel like he would be, yeah.
Okay, because I think he's more overseas right now.
Yep. So I don't know, but we'll find out. I'm excited to see who's going to be driving. All these different driver changes and everything going on. Who knows what's going to be where? So I think we're going to wrap it up, guys. We've been going for quite a while here. The first ever live stream of the Do It Talk. We appreciate all you guys so much for watching. Thank you for the Q&A. Thank you, Riley and Nathan, for joining me and TJ. I had a blast, guys. We had a lot of good laughs. A lot of shout outs today. A lot of shout outs for sure. And that's going to be it. John Seesock will be coming out Friday. We appreciate everybody for watching. And that is going to be it, guys. Any final thoughts?
Bring your tissues.
Yeah, bring your tissues for the episode. It gets emotional.
It definitely gets emotional. I don't know how it's going to be, but it's going to be emotional.
Well, thank you guys for watching. We love the fans. We appreciate you guys. And keep on doing, brothers. Thank you so much for watching. And we will see you for another episode next week.
No, you won't.
Do it, boys. Do it, boys. Shine it.
Froggers. Goodbye, everybody. Good night.